What if the Super Mario Galaxy movie isn't just a kid's animated adventure, but a carefully constructed blueprint for the biggest Nintendo crossover event in cinematic history? Because when you look closely, really closely, there are breadcrumbs hidden throughout this film that most viewers completely missed on first watch. And once you see them, you genuinely can't unsee them. Let's pull back the curtain. Welcome back to Movizo, where we don't just watch movies, we decode them. If you're new here, we go deeper than the credits, beyond the plot, straight into the hidden architecture of the stories you love. Hit that subscribe button, because today's breakdown is one you'll definitely want to come back to. We're cracking open the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and honestly, what this film is secretly building might be way bigger than people realize. Here's the thing almost nobody's talking about. This movie isn't really about Mario. Stay with me. Yeah, Mario is still the protagonist. He fights Bowser. He saves the day, all of that is true. But underneath all the colorful action and comedy, the movie keeps quietly pointing towards something else entirely, a hidden power that somebody desperately wanted to control. And at the center of that mystery is one question the film very intentionally refuses to answer: who was trying to steal Rosalina and Peach's power, because the movie could have revealed it easily, but it doesn't. That feels deliberate. Let's look at what the film actually gives us. The biggest reveal is that Peach is the long-lost sister of Rosalina, and together they're absurdly powerful. When they finally reunite in the climax, they don't just defeat Bowser Jr.'s artificial world, they completely reshape it into something alive and natural. That's not just a flashy final battle moment. The movie is basically telling you these two characters are among the strongest beings we've seen in this universe so far, but then the film drops another detail that's easy to miss. When Peach was very young, an unknown threat attacked the sisters. Rosalina's solution was to send Peach away to the Mushroom Kingdom for protection, and after revealing all of this, the movie just moves on without explaining who that threat actually was. No face, no name, nothing. Honestly, that's the kind of setup you leave behind when you're planning something much bigger later, and then we get Fox McCloud, a mercenary pilot from an entirely different universe who gets pulled into the Mario timeline through a warp hole. By the end of the movie, Rosalina repairs his R-Wing, meaning Fox can now potentially travel between dimensions whenever he wants. At first, the scene feels like a simple emotional goodbye. But if you step back and look at it from a larger cinematic universe perspective, it's doing something way more important than that. Fox isn't just a cameo, he's a bridge, a literal connection between Nintendo universes, and once that door exists, suddenly everything changes. Link, Samus, Kirby, now there's already a built-in way for different worlds to collide naturally. That's the part that feels intentional. The Daisy post-credit scene pushes this idea even further. She's introduced living in the Gateway Galaxy, already dealing with criminals connected to Wart, a direct reference to Super Mario Bros. 2. But what stands out is how the movie presents her. Daisy isn't treated like a background princess waiting to be rescued. She's already active, already fighting, already part of a larger conflict that matters, because now the franchise suddenly has three very different princesses: Peach as the warrior leader, Rosalina as the cosmic protector, and Daisy as the more reckless, street-level action hero. That trio dynamic doesn't feel accidental at all, and honestly, I think that's the real reason this movie is so interesting beneath the surface. On one level, it's still a fun family adventure about friendship, redemption, and reconnecting with people you've lost. That emotional core is real, especially with Bowser and Bowser Jr. Luigi trying to rehabilitate Bowser actually gives the movie way more heart than people expected. But underneath all of that, this film is quietly laying the foundation for something much larger: the unnamed cosmic threat, the dimension-traveling pilot, the expanding roster of heroes, the growing connections between worlds. None of these feel like random Easter eggs anymore. They feel planned. And maybe the craziest part is that Nintendo barely draws attention to any of it. The movie trusts the audience to notice the setup on their own instead of screaming it in your face every 5 minutes. That's why I think the Super Mario Galaxy movie works surprisingly well. It tells a complete story while still making the universe feel much bigger outside the frame. The question now isn't whether Nintendo is building toward a larger crossover, it's how long they're willing to make us wait for it. But now I want to hear your theory. Who do you think attacked Rosalina and Peach in the past? Is it a classic Nintendo villain we haven't met yet? A completely original antagonist? Or could this somehow connect back to Wart and the criminal network Daisy is already dealing with? Drop your theory in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what people think about this one. And honestly, once you start noticing these details, it's hard to watch the movie the same way again. That's what we do here at Movizo, we look deeper. Like the video if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more movie analysis, and until next time, keep looking deeper, there's always something more.